Some people raise this question, why are you using the word Shudra? Translate Chandala. How could you say this in this day and age? And some advised me not to use. You know, like in my dissertation, when I was submitting my dissertation, I was told that these words may land you in trouble. I said, whatever I have to say. There were certain bad things I said, which I should not have a sanskari brahmana. No, but I had to. Vipatihidam chadanadhikarana adhikaranaitavatte. There is not much there, you know, it's just that you have to focus on the use of words like aitavatya and all these. These are very fancy words, but they can land you in trouble if you are not translating it well. So napunsakam yasyam ekavad bhava vihita. So now whatever has been stated to go through ekavad bhava, that should be napunsakalinga. But this is again a list. So whatever words I have listed here with the desire to expression of ekavad, that and that alone has to be stated as napunsakalinga. Abhivavascha, that's also neuter. Tatpurusho anaya karma dharaya. A tatpurusha compound, which is not a naya, or karma dharaya. Naya samasam karma dharayam cha varjayitva. Right? How would you present the vigraha vakya of a karma dharaya? Like Nilotpalam. Nilotpala, give me the vigraha vakya for Nilotpalam. Nilam chatad utpalam cha. Now, sometimes it presents a big problem, especially when you are translating that. That which is blue, as well as or at the same time, is also. Yeah, yeah. Nilam utpalam. It means the same thing. It's elliptical expression. Nilam cha tad utpalam cha. Nilam cha utpalam cha. What is happening is you are deleting certain words, you know, the elliptical construction. That's what we are doing with the same meaning. Vigraha of karmadharaya is there is a syntactic coordination between the padas which partake in the formation of the compound. So nominative, nominative. Karmadharaya. Yeah, that's difficult. I will interpret it as karmadharaya. It doesn't have to do with karma dharayati, karma dharaya. Yeah, sure, you can. But there are people, acharyas, who say upapada compound, that's dumb. You know, that's no compound. There are all kinds of problems.
How do you explain that?
What?
Pāṇini Vibhakta in the commentary. Pāṇini Vibhaktam Anālatam Vyākaranam. Pāṇini upadhanena.
The word upagya is explained as that which is intimately known.
Prathamataha pranītam akāvakam vyakaranam.
Yeah,
Akāvakam is
timeless.
timeless.
Yeah.
Kashikakara.
Or you can say that which doesn't have any concept of time. No, he doesn't deal with that. Chaya bahulye sabaraja manusya purva. Or Sharacha. Hey, did we have a break?
Just continue, that's all. We won't break.
Okay, no one wants break? Okay. Yeah. Because it's better to have finished this and go tomorrow with the 3, 4, because there are many vartikas in these assignments. The gender of a dvandva compound, for example, ashvabadavau, is similar to the gender of its initial constituent. There is a general rule which covers so many compounds as far as the gender goes. Paraval lingam dvandva tatpurushayoh. That covers an entire gamut of the compound formations. And see what he is doing here. Puravad ashva badavau. See, it's not the final constituent, it's the initial constituent which dictates the, but these are particular compounds. So the gender of a dvandva compound, see, parvalingam dvandva tatpurushayo, but not in this case. The gender of a dvandva compound, for example, ashvabadavau, is similar to the gender of its initial constituent. In a way, it's an exception. Ratrahna punsi krita samasantanam nirdesha. See, ratrahna, that is krita samasa. Adharcha punsi cha. This reminds me at a time when I started doing the translation of the Kashika Vritti, I had decided that I will take each and every word and give the meaning. And here I found myself overwhelmed with that. So I abandoned that idea because it was impossible. That's why you get here, there are no glasses. But here I had to because that was the group. What is Anvadesha? Anvadesha. A restatement again. A statement which follows another. But they have to be related. I had a hard time translating Anvadesha. See, provided a statement is tagged, so it's a tagged sentence. You are going home, aren't you? Aren't you is a tagged statement. You are going home, aren't you?
That second part, aren't you, is a tag to the previous statement. Ram gachasi, no?
That's what a tagged statement is. See, this tag statement is used quite frequently especially you will find in the third adhyaya. So that's why I warn you. Ardha dhatuke, this is unusual which you find here. Ardha dhatuka ityadhikaroyam Nyakshatriyasha itaha iti yavat. So, why did I say that it's unusual? Because you see Ardhatuka identified with the rule 3-1-1-14. 3-4-1-14. Tinshit Sarvadhatukam, that is 1-3-4-1-13. And 3-4-1-14 is Ardhatukam Sheshaha. Now you get Ardhatukam Sheshaha there. What are we doing here with Ardhatuka here? Normally the tendency is that you get Ardhatuka and Sarvadhatuka subsequently in Adhyaya 6, 7, etc. But here is unusual. So when an affix termed Ardhatuka finds a scope of application, note that Ardhatuka is an affix termed Ardhatuka follows is a governing heading valid up to 2458 Nakshatriya Saito Yunilu Anyo. What we state from here onwards is to be read with Ardhatuke. When an affix termed Ardhatuka, he states 140 has no This is some kind of replacement that is given here. Ado Jagdhir Lepti Kiti. This is yeah, why do we get that? I think I have raised this question somewhere. Why put Ardhatuke here? पूर्वेण नित्य प्राप्ते विकल्प उच्यते आत्मने पदेषु परतो हनो लिंग्यन्यतरस्याम वध इत्यावादेश. See, वध, these are the replacements. इणो गा लुंगी, इणो गा इत्यावादेशो भवति. So han is replaced with vada, in is ga, gankutadibhyo, etc. are the usage. I don't find much interest in here. Because everything that deals with Sarvadhatuke, Ardhatuke, Lot, etc., etc., has to come as part of the prakriya. Astirbhu. So why is he bringing this in here? Why is he not taking in the adhikara of dhatu and along with wherever he has all that? Because he must have found something to deal with these replacements in that section. So how could you deal with the replacement when you have not offered those replacements? So this is what he is doing. The vibhaktis are over. Okay. So what is tadraja? See, they define tadraja in 41176. And they are stating some operation relative to them over here. How is the prakriya going to bring that? That is the question. But we'll deal with that, the order, how the string is taken to a particular set of rules for application. Nagopaunadibhyascha. Tika kitavadibhyo dvandve. Tikadibhya kitavadibhyascha dvandve gotra pratyasa bahushu luk bhavati. This is look. Now, there is one thing I would like to notice. How many ways deletion occurs in the Ashtadhyayi? So, lopa, tasya lopaha, adarshanam lopaha, okay? And then you have pratyasa lukshlu lupaha. So look, shlu, and loop, those three also offer for deletion. But if you look at the second rule, pratyayasya look, shlu, lupa, then pratyayasya lopa doesn't apply on deletion of affixes. Instead, you use the words look, shlu, loop. Now, this is the section we are talking about, look. Okay? Where are these three used? So, there are rules which clearly define the scope of usage of look, shlu, and loop. Wherever the roots are reduplicated, doubled up, you find shlu. In the shlau, juhotyadau. Similarly, phale look, jambua look, etc., and all these instances of look, the vibhakti look. But in the tadhitas, you will find loop and others. So within the pratyayas, these three also have their separate scopes. Then there is a rule that has pratyaya lope, pratyaya lakshanam. So there are certain actions which must be performed characteristic of certain affixes, and that operation can still be applied even when the pratyaya has been deleted. Go to the definition of anga. It says yasmat pratyaya vidhis tadadi pratyaya angam. The definition anga applies only when the pratyaya is there to follow. If you don't have the pratyaya following, the unit will not be anga. But then you get pratyaya lope, pratyaya lakshanam. So pratyaya lakshanam karyam bhavati, even when the affix has been deleted. You can even write a dissertation. There is so much material on lopa, like deletion rules in Pāṇini. It's great. I have written a lot in this one, and I have also written a lot in the Ashtadhyayi notes. Adipravritibhya shapaha. This is adipravritibhya uttarasya shapo luk bhavati. So that's how you get atti and hanti and dvesti. Bahulam chandasi, that's a very common rule. Yangochi. Bahulam chandasi again.
Just in 3 sutras gap, why does he use Bahulam Chandasi?
Because Bahulam chandasi doesn't apply in between.
Is it related to the Pāṇina or is it related to something else?
What is related to what?
276, it is coming under the Jyotjalika Shruhu related. But if you go 3 sutras prior, again Bahulam Chandasi comes.
Yeah, I know. But they have their particular scope.
So what is the scope of that? Where is that defined?
It must be, maybe it must be a classical example, not Vedic. See, Bahulam Chandasi. So there is one Bahulam Chandasi. Juhotyadi Vyashlu Bahulam Chandasi. So this relates to only Juhotyadi roots.
So the previous one could be something else.
Yes, has to be. Otherwise, there is no point using the term again. Vibhasha. No, that's the only place where they have been defined. Pratyayasya luk shlu lupaha. So, when it comes to deletion of an affix, you don't use lopa, instead you apply, and then you go, there are rules which again give you the scope of those individual ones. No, there are rules which further specify the scope of slew, loop, etc. Yeah, it's not the end of the story here. Elsewhere, too. There are about 7 sutras, 7, 8 sutras. Avyad, apsupa. So these are the deletions conditioned by the affixes, and they will be applying the operations relative to dhatu, etc. in the other section. जय आदित्य विरचितां काशिकां वृत्तौ द्वितीयाध्याय चतुर्थ पद लुटः प्रथमस्य डारौर सह कर्ता कर्तारौ कर्तारः. Well, folks, it has been fun. Let's go and do something much more interesting. And that will be what? That will be dhatu, pratyaya. So, 3 to 5 is an adhikara, and you should be noticing that I have been just taking the adhikaras, larger adhikaras. Similarly, so he puts his rules in the prakaranas. That's one great fact of. So it's like a peeling onions, like you go and adhikara within adhikara within adhikara within adhikara. Okay. So the pratyayas from 3 to 5. Pratyaya parascha adyudattascha anudattau supitau. These are the 4 rules which head a huge adhikara. Here what you have to understand is that pratyaya parascha adyudattascha anudattau supitau are the 4 rules which form the context of this adhikara. So the other rules of this adhikara, they have to be identified in view of the context. So whatever has to be a pratyaya will be occurring after and will be adi anudatta, and then the 4th one anudattau supitau. So the accent, and this is the reason why after you have marked something with accent, you go to the accent section elsewhere, and then there is adjustment in accents.